Good morning, everybody. So today I'm going to be talking about the Stitchlympics event that we are going to be having in Cross Stitches Fun. So I kind of have some notes about what I wanted to talk about. So this event will be running at the same time the Olympics are running. So August 5th through the 21st. It's going to be a team event, so sign up, and after the sign up date is June 2nd, so that's our cutoff date. And after that, we'll put everybody in teams, and then everybody in your teams can participate in Tour de Stitches, which I can't remember the dates for that offhand, but we'll be posting that hopefully later this week as well. So you'll be able to participate in Tour de Stitches, which will kind of get you used to working in your team. And then we'll have the Olympics. So, or the Stitchlympics. And that's going to be a mouthful. Anyway, so you'll be in teams of 5 is what we're thinking. And will depend a little bit on how many people sign up. And basically, most events are going to be team-based. And events that are going to be single, you'll still be in your team, and if you don't want to participate, you don't have to participate. If it's not something you're interested in doing, maybe somebody else in your team wants to do it, and your team can just have one person do it. Odds are every team will have at least one person that wants to do an event. So some of the events we're thinking are the type of events like a stitch sprint. So you would have to see how many stitches you could stitch in an hour, or how long does it take you to stitch 200 stitches, or a relay race where one person on the team starts, they stitch 200 stitches, and then the next person starts, and you do your time, and you see how long it takes you to get to the end. Things like that. And then we're thinking of events like the javelin event. So that would be stitching with your opposite hand. So if you're left-handed and you typically stitch with your left hand, switch to your right. If you're right-handed, switch to your left. If you two-handed stitch, it'd be simply switching which hand is on the bottom. Other events we're talking about, how many bobbins can you wind in 10 minutes? Again, we haven't decided on times or anything, just examples. Another event, stitch 300, how long does it take you to stitch like 300 stitches of metallics or shiny stuff? So metallics or blending filament, or yeah. And then how long does it take to bead 100, to do 100 beads beading? So, and then of course, we'll probably do a stitching marathon. So it again would to be team based. So as a team, how long were you up total? How many hours total were you stitching? Things like that. We might have a personal one at the same time, which would help the team one. New Start Marathon, the way we're looking at that is, again, it's a team event. So if you're a one-person stitch or one project at a time person, that's perfectly fine. We're not trying to change that. There are other people on your team who will likely like to stitch on more than one project and won't have a problem. And it will be literally how many new starts can you have in a day. And you have to stitch, X amount of stitches to be counted as a start, and then total up your team, and that's how we're doing it. So almost everything is going to be team-based, because, we don't want people to think, oh, well, I don't want to do that event, so I can't participate. No, that's not we want as many people to participate as possible. It is just supposed to be for fun. It's a great way to meet people and to have fun. Some of the questions that have been asked, let's see. The goal is for it's, most people work. We do realize that. I am a full-time student. Many of our admins work. We're not trying to make this a labor-intensive thing. The reality is we expect that you have families and other obligations. We're not trying to make this, take up all your time. It's just something fun. If you can stitch for 15 minutes and, you can do that challenge, great. We're not trying to make it super, super time intensive for anybody. So some of the other questions, no, we're not charging for this event. We never charge for any of our events. Let's see. You can stitch on what you like. Some of the things, the ideas, I would probably tell you to get a piece of scrap fabric out and do the event on a piece of scrap fabric so you don't have to worry about it. We're talking about silly events, kind of like stitch blindfolded or close your eyes and stitch for 5 minutes. Don't do that on a hay. No. Get a piece of scrap fabric out and just have fun. There was one event, we were talking just having fun and probably won't make the cut, but, get your spouse to stitch. Well, for some of us, there's no way we would let our spouse or significant other touch our true projects. Give them a piece of scrap fabric and tell them to make 10 stitches. So, it is in fun. That's the intended purpose. I'm trying to see if there's any other questions that I can quickly address. Yes, you would be on the same teams each day. So it's, but again, it's not like the goal is not for it to be that intensive. If you can't participate that day, that's why you're on a team. Other people will be able to participate, I'm sure. So that's kind of what we're thinking. I will try and at least have fleshed out a list of events relatively soon. But as far as the details, those will probably come at a later date as we get closer. Realizing I am a full-time student, and while I have a couple days left of spring break, I do have a lot of things to do. So if you have questions, please on the post ask. I'm more than happy to answer the questions. I realize that, I may be not thinking of something right now, but I figured a video where I could kind of explain, it is supposed to be fun. Just, we're talking, it's just, again, I can't say it enough times. It's just supposed to be fun. We're going to have some silly events. We're going to have some challenging events because, that's what you want. You want something to challenge you. The other admins, I promise, will keep me in line because, when I said 1,000 bead pickup, they all went, no! Because, what stitcher hasn't dropped the clamshell of beads and had to pick up the stupid beads? We've all been there. But yeah, no. So they're keeping me in line with the crazy events. So if you have an idea for an event, feel free to PM me, and we'll go from there. So anyway, thanks for watching. Bye now.